In the heart of Makutano, a busy town full of matatus, open markets, shouting hawkers, and corrugated roof homes, lived Mama Zuwena, a woman everyone respected but no one truly understood. For 30 years, Mama Zuwena worked as the head administrator at Makutano Girls High School, a prestigious government-funded institution. She was a woman of quiet strength, known for her uprightness, punctuality, and unmatched commitment to the education of girls. Widowed at 32 after a tragic road accident claimed her husband, she never remarried. Instead, she poured all her energy into raising her only son, Musa, and building a life of dignity. Zuwena's house, a cream-colored bungalow with blue metal, gates, and a flourishing pawpaw tree out front, was a product of her sweat. Every brick whispered stories of school fees forgone, clothes mended instead of replaced, and nights spent budgeting down to the last shilling. Her life had been one of sacrifice, especially for Musa. Musa was brilliant, no doubt. He earned a scholarship and graduated with a degree in computer science. But since the pandemic, he had struggled to secure stable employment. At 27, he had returned home, jobless, ego-bruised, and moody. He often sulked in his room, playing video games or scrolling endlessly through social media. One afternoon, Zuwena received an envelope at school with the Government Education Board seal. Inside was a single letter. After reading the first 2 lines, her hands trembled. She was being retired early due to restructuring. No farewell, no appreciation, just a cold termination. That night she tried to mask her pain. She prepared Musa's favorite, ugali with nyama choma and sukuma wiki. As they ate, Musa noticed her distant look. "You're unusually quiet, Mama. What's going on?" She gave a gentle smile, then hesitated. "The government's making some changes. They've decided to let me go." Musa froze. "You lost your job?" Zuwena nodded softly. His expression changed, hardening. "And you weren't going to tell me? How do you expect us to survive? You should have fought it, done something." "I'm tired, Musa," she said, her voice almost a whisper. "I've worked all my life. I just wanted peace." But Musa's pride was burning. In his mind, jobless meant useless. This house is not a charity center. If you can't contribute, maybe you should go live with Auntie Bahati in the village or anywhere else. Zuwena looked at her son in disbelief. After all she'd done, was this her reward? That night she didn't sleep. The next morning, as birds chirped outside and the aroma of maize porridge filled the air, she quietly packed a modest travel bag. She walked to the doorway, turned one last time to see her home, and stepped into the unknown. The journey was long. Buses came and went through dusty rural roads, horns blaring and children waving. Mama Zuwena's face was blank as the scenery changed from city chaos to serene countryside. Kizinga Village was her destination, a place wrapped in secrets and ancestral ties. Upon arrival, she hailed a boda-boda rider, giving directions that only a local or a secret keeper would know. "Take me to the old baobab tree, then right past the dry stream," she whispered. After 30 minutes through winding, bushy paths, they arrived at a place that seemed lost in time. Behind a line of towering mango trees stood an enormous wrought-iron gate with a sign etched. In faded gold, Shangwei Estate. The gate creaked open. Inside, stretched across 12 acres, was a stunning compound. A modern farmhouse with solar panels, an irrigation system, vegetable gardens, and hundreds of goats and chickens. Staff, dressed in uniforms, moved efficiently about their work. Out walked a tall, gray-haired man with a wooden walking stick and a glowing face. Baba Mazi, her late father's trusted caretaker. "Mama Zuwena, you've come back home at last," he said with a broad smile. Zuwena finally let out a breath she didn't know she was holding. This was her real home. a secret sanctuary she had quietly developed over the past 15 years using part of her late father's inheritance and secret investments. Her land, her fortune, her peace. Back in Makutano, nobody knew about this estate, not even Musa. "Prepare the master suite," she told Baba Mazi. "I'm staying. Indefinitely." As she settled into her soft, king-sized bed that night, her phone buzzed. A message from Musa. "Mama, where are you? I didn't mean what I said." She stared at the message, then turned off her phone. She wasn't ready. Word began to spread in Kazinga. "Mama Zuwena is back," the villagers whispered. Some visited with fruits and firewood, offering greetings. Others came seeking help, advice, or just a glimpse of the woman who had remained a mystery for so long. Zuwena quickly immersed herself in the running of her estate. She reviewed books, expanded her poultry business, and planned the construction of a community learning center for local girls, something she had always dreamed of. Meanwhile, in Makutano, Musa's arrogance began to crumble. Bills piled up. Food supplies ran low. He even began to miss his mother's presence, the way she hummed old Tarab songs while cooking, the way she blessed him before sleep. One day, he visited Auntie Bahati and confessed, "I kicked Mama out. Auntie, I thought she was finished, but now I don't even know where she is." Bahati shook her head, deeply disappointed. Then, in a low voice, she said, "You think your mother was just a school teacher? Do you even know your own mother?" Musa's world tilted. Back in Kazinga, Zuwena sat in her office when Baba Mazi brought in a guest, a young journalist named Nyambura from Nairobi, who had heard rumors about a secret female millionaire funding rural education. Nyambura sat with Zuwena for hours. When the article was published 2 weeks later, it bore the headline, "The Secret Fortune of a Forgotten Woman. Mama Zuwena's Legacy Lives in Kazinga." Musa saw the article by chance. He dropped his phone. His mother. A millionaire. Musa, now humbled and guilt-ridden, journeyed to Kazinga. His heart pounded with fear and shame. When he reached Shangwe Estate, he stood at the gate, barely recognizing his mother's empire. Baba Mzi brought him in. Zuwena stood in the hallway, graceful in a flowing kiting dress, radiating dignity and peace. Musa fell to his knees. "Mama, I had no idea. I was blind. I'm sorry. I thought you were weak." She helped him up gently. "You thought wrong, Musa, but I understand. The world teaches young men to measure worth by money and power, but you forgot the value of sacrifice, of love." Musa broke down. Zuwena took a long breath. "You are my son. I will never stop loving you. But trust, my dear. Trust must be rebuilt." He nodded. "I'm ready to learn." In the days that followed, Musa began working on the estate under Baba Mzi's supervision. He learned humility. He learned patience. Months later, Zuwena inaugurated her dream project, the Mama Zuwena Center for Girls' Education, built on her own land, funded by her own wealth, and dedicated to empowering the forgotten. As she cut the ribbon, she whispered to herself, "They thought I was finished, but I was only getting started."